Hello all, Havoc here. Let's get ready to play some Space Engineers. Okay, so in this episode we're going to do kind of what we did in the last couple episodes. We're going to talk about a little bit of the viewer comments kind of stuff and take it from there and then just kind of keep building on the ship. So I asked you guys in the last episode where we should put the MedBay. Should we put it down below, up here, or build something kind of cool right here? So right now we're one for all three. Someone said up here, someone said down below, and someone said up here. So I'm gonna let it go one more episode, and if it still stays tied, I'm gonna go with what I want, and what I'm thinking. I'm not sure I even want it. I think it would be cool. Is to put it right up here. So this doesn't look right. Why does it not look right? Why are you here? You're disrupting everything. Why are you here? You stupid. Alright, so... Well, got that out of the way. So, one of the things I wanted to go over was my inability to pick the correct block. Now you guys know that for almost a year now. Wow, almost a year. Holy crap. So let's see. We got Jixer Phil. I hope I got that acronym right because the Jixers are cool. So I hope that's what it was. Was saying that if we move these, he said one block or two blocks apart. Yeah, then we can put upgrade modules in between as well. So we're gonna need to do that. And in order to facilitate that, man, 2 blocks. I'd put it out here. That kind of sucks. What if we rotate it? Ooh, that could be a thing. Or, because we'd want to get this one spaced out too, so we could put one there. Because we're going to do upgrade modules. This one's kind of hosed. It's not going to be able to put one here. So, yeah, it is what it is. I was aware of that when I put... Actually, we could take the deck out, and it would still be able to put stuff there. So, I will work on that, though. So, this guy here and that guy there both need to move over. So, with that, how does our inventory look? Inventory is crammed. Awesome. But we got room. Actually, let's go here. Hauler? 1. That's you. That's you, buddy. That's now container 1, 2, 3. Why? Because that'll be easy to search for. So check this out. There it is. Alright, so let's get all this stuff out of here because we're going to do this. So Jixer Phil, it's got a great concept of us being able to get all of the upgrades on here, and I like it. It's definitely a direction we should be doing because we're using a limited number of assemblers as it is. So why wouldn't we want to have all the upgrade modules on here? So we can't rely on this space here, although we can pass through it, we can't build in it. So we probably, well, that kind of sucks because then we can't put any modules on the top. So maybe we want to point them downward. That could be a thing. So do we have them still? Yeah, right there. Okay. So here. Alright, so all 4 sides have upgrades, but all 4 sides take... Did not mean to sound like a Minecraft villager right there. Let's see here. If we do this, what are we looking for space on the top? We can't. What I'd like to be able to do is just put a conveyor on top of it and run it that way, and then we can put stuff all the way around it. But how are we going to be able to do that? I don't think. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to try and. I'm working with this, guys. I really am trying to work this. Because no matter where I place it, as far as how I had it pointing outward, like so, we're not going to be able to put anything up here. Yeah, this top section will not be able to accept one because of these blocks are taking up that space. I think we're going to have to revisit this. I think I want to look at possibly changing these out to a different block where I place those. So that's something I'm going to have to look into, because changing that block out will change up the whole floor. Man. It's kind of like it. It looks good. Alright, so I'm going to have to revisit that. I'm really going to have to sleep on that, quite literally. I'm going to sleep on that and then try to figure it out tomorrow. But Jixer Phil, we are definitely going to go for all 4. That is my goal, to get all 4 upgrades on all the 4 sides. So I think that'd be pretty cool, because the last time we were playing with the Kestrel, I think we only had 2 upgrades on the entire assembler. So going to all 4 is going to be a huge upgrade. All right, so we're going to go down. Matthew Ritchie left us some pretty good comments. He said the cryopod is more for RP. I agree, it is. And it does give me a place to log in and log out. But I like giving you guys views sometimes too. So I don't like the whole de facto log in, log out spot. I'm sure some of you have probably caught on that I do that sometimes just out of habit. But I do kind of like logging out, like, bam. Look at that view right there. That's pretty cool. Picture of the site and the Kestrel. So, you know, I'm not too sure about the cryo tube. So here comes the big one. So I hear you. I really do hear exactly where you're going with this. So he's saying that his next comment in his series today or yesterday was the fact that every time I place a block, such as these hauler containers, up against the hull, is another chance for disaster. Because with the Kestrel Mark 1, or Kestrel, because there won't be a Mark 2 Kestrel, because with the Kestrel, we had several instances where we had collided with something and had punctured inside the hull and caused damage. So, my defense to that is all the points of contact are exterior. So these are where we're going to be docking. We're not going to have any docking on the floor. There's not going to be any docking along this wall here. We still have to put decorative blocks on here. That brings us to... I'm going to have to thank YouTube for not allowing whoever made that comment to be on here. That's great. Awesome. Thank you, YouTube. So someone else had, one of you guys had mentioned that the Emilia is looking rather flat, and are we going to do anything to break up these flat facets? Yes, we are. Stuff like this is decorative. There's nothing behind there to cause us to do this. Same with some of this is decorative as well. That's decorative slash functional. So yeah, we're going to break up these facets with more blocks, decorative or otherwise, which will also give us another layer of protection. But for the most part, we don't plan on. Because see, last time, or the majority of the times we broke the Kestrel was docking here, and there being critical storage compartments so close to where we were docking. So, yeah, that's not going to happen no more. That's why I moved the points of connection out to these edges like this. These things can take one hell of a beating before anything critical will get hit. Jump drives and batteries are going to be on the inside wall, not the outside wall. So, like, batteries are going to be over here, not out there. Jump drives I'm going to try to put along this wall as well, but no promises there. I'm not really too worried about the jump drives, because if it doesn't work, then we can go fix it. It's not ultra critical, at least at this point in the game. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with that. The interior blocks of the Kestrel was another thing he brought up, and I was like, he was saying how he expected us to just turn harsh because the Kestrel was so agile, and the ship just shearing across where all those blocks, as he put it, were unhappy, because we've had for probably, I'm going to say, the last month, all along this area here, just a bunch of blocks just randomly taking damage. See, these are all, this one's damaged right here. You can see it's all warped. And we had all of these guys back here are all warped. And let's see, let's look over here. Yeah, that one's a little warped. So yeah, these blocks have all been taking damage all along, from starting about there all the way across the ship. And he was saying that in his comment that it would be educational / frightening that the ship literally tore itself in half as we turned. So the bow and the stern would go different directions in the turn. And as I was reading his comment, I imagined the Galactica on the last time it went through FTL, how it buckled, and they're like, yep, the ship's done. Abandoned ship, head to Earth. So, but yeah, that's going to be less of an issue with the Emilia. We're going to be doing a lot more structural things to the Emilia, and even with how we were how you had brought up about taking away all and or nearly all of the surrounding blocks. I was going to put all kinds of structure underneath to facilitate holding this catwalk in place. So that was something else that I've been working on, as well as how to make sure that if this thing takes damage, we don't lose a ship that is docked to it. So that's been something else I've been working on. So a few of you have been bringing up comments about different places to do, different things to do with this. So we had Sean Malone had mentioned doing the wedged blocks, the half wedged blocks across the front of here, so we can put lights on the front again. Actually, I'm not even sure I want to keep this. So that's why the medical bay thing up here is kind of important. So if the med bay is going to come up here, then great, it is. Then, ooh, you know what? What just happened here? Did that just happen? I think that just happened. I think we just found our place to put one of our assemblers. I'm gonna have to, like I said, I'm gonna think some more about this. Look at alternative places to place that. So if the med bay comes up here, what I plan on doing is extending this bay out, probably about two more blocks, and then the half wedge. This block here. So it would probably be about let's see, that'd be 1, 2, and there. So 1, 2, skip a few. So it'd be something like this. And what we would do is we'd use this upper section for parking our micro drones. All this up here would just literally be micro drone parking, and all of our larger fleet ships that we would be hauling would be down here. So at least that's kind of where I was thinking about going with it. If I keep this, this is a carryover from the Kestrel, and that it didn't really serve a lot of purpose. Since we're going with one main cockpit up front that is oxygenated, I really don't need those auxiliary jump ship booster piloting type things back here. Especially if we do put the MedBay down below or towards the back, or towards the that area right here. So yeah, there's options, and that's why I'm talking to you guys, and I love reading through your guys' comments. And it's interesting to decipher your guys' comments with, I mean, like some of you guys are, like 3 and 4 paragraphs. It's not by any way negative. I'm just saying it's like very descriptive, like lower port side, third block in, there's something missing. Sweet. I know exactly where to go look. And then a few times, like episode before last, 3 episodes back, Matthew Ritchie was a great example of how he was envisioning us tearing apart the Kestrel in the process of making the Mark II to make our ultimate multi-vehicle attack ship, to where the nose was one ship and then the tail section broke into another ship, which carried 2 more ships. So, it's like trying to envision that through a couple sentences and then getting it right by his admission in the next episode. It's pretty awesome. I love you guys' comments, and it keeps me thinking. And quite honestly, on top of all of that, it keeps it not only interesting as far as trying to learn all that stuff, but to keep it to where we keep going in different directions. Like we had one plan for the ship, and it's evolved, and I love the direction it's evolving in. And without that evolution, I think all of us would be bored. And because we're not bored, we keep watching, we keep playing, and we keep having fun. So I got to get these welded up. We need to get some O2 on this thing so we can come here for... We need to set up an O2 bar and a wheatgrass farm, and then we could totally come here and just chill. Yeah. No wheatgrass. Bacon and lots of other stuff. Yeah, definitely. So we got some things we're going to need to do to get the Emilia on par to the direction we are going to do for replacing the Kestrel. The Emilia is very close. I think, quite honestly, some thrusters and some gyros, and Emilia is going to be rocking. So, to coincide with the thing that Matthew Ritchie had brought up and how I was trying to defend that I've been trying to do, I plan on putting the gyros down the middle, right over here. They're not going to be near the upper deck section or the floor. Gyros being pretty critical. We'll probably put them right about in here. I'm thinking on par with what the Kestrel has. I think she has 24 with boosters. We might drop down to like 18 with boosters, because I was saying before, I really would like this to feel more like a large ship, to give the smaller ships more of a run for their money. Or actually not a run for their money, to make them more versatile and necessitate them better. Because quite honestly, the Kestrel was way too nimble for her size. She was like, with those railguns on there, it's like, we don't need the Kess. We could easily take out any size ship we needed with just the Kestrel, fly a tug out, haul it back, and Scorpion would do the work. Or we'd just literally fly the Kestrel right to her prey and launch the Scorpion from there. So I really want to make the other ships more of a necessity. I think the Kestrel fit too many roles. It was perfect for where we were in the series, but going forward, I would like to feel the demand and the need for the other ships. So that's kind of where we're going to be going with this, with the Emilia. She's going to be home and our initial attack vessel, but from there, we're going to rely on the other ships to get the job done. And because, I mean, quite honestly, we don't want to put Emilia in harm's way. So, and that's how we're going to look at it. Oh, we need to look at doing our, I think somebody called it the welcome home ring. I can't remember who it was. So whoever came up with that, shout out in the comments, whoever came up with that, to put the welcome home ring around here, that when it detects a small ship flying through, it turns the welders on. That's pretty awesome. We need to get that laid out. Let's take a look here real quick. And I thought they were on the front page here. There it is. Okay. So let's grab this. We'll go over to... Yeah, put that there. So hopefully, can we place it? Yes, we can. Alright, so look at... I'm going to put it there. How's that look? Right smack dab in the middle of the door. That's kind of good, kind of bad. Damn. Okay, so hold on. Let's do this. Man, it's going to go right where that is, and I don't really want to do that. But just let's see what happens. If this works out the way I had hoped it would, then we will relocate the ramp going the other direction. So if that goes like that, how's that look? Wow, that's massive. So we'd want to inset that on the floor 1. So again, just trial and error here, guys. So let's see if we go here, go like this. Rotate. Did I get it right? Bam, nailed it. Oh, man, sometimes it's so difficult to see where we're placing these. Oops, get out of it, get out of it. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go down a little bit, right there. Stop there. All right, cool, got it. So we do one there. And we're going to put the other one up here. Come on, anytime now. There you go. Like that. Because it's right in the middle. Yeah, so just like that, I think that would be pretty sick. Because we're going to be able to put a connector there. And so that we put a sensor every time a ship comes home. Done. The other thing too is it's not piped in. So, just saying. So we've had at least two people have told me to make a micro drone, put a projector block on it, and just use those to build your ships. So we could totally do that. And we could also put a projector block here somewhere inside the Kestrel. Kestrel. This is not the Kestrel. This is the Emilia. I'll slap myself later. And we can totally get that as well. So to where we can project objects going right out the back door. So mine layer for Deep Space Nine, the Defiant. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Just fly along, dropping off mines, self-replicating. Pretty cool. So we can take this ramp out, swap it around, go the other direction, down that way. It would still give us the 1 block space because we'd move it to here. So that's totally a thing. We could totally do that. So it would drop down. We would come down literally right here. So we just, boom, walk right underneath that. So I'll take care of this in the off-camera stuff. So look for that in the next episode. We're going to get this ramp swapped around. And I think that's where this is going to go. This, I think you guys called it the welcome home ring. welcome home welder, or something like that. So again, like I said, give a shout out in the comments about who you were and what you called it. And I really wish YouTube would get their comment thing figured out. And yeah, good times. I just wish one day that I could just get somebody from YouTube on the phone and be like, yo, hey, how's it going? So yeah, so I'm still waiting. I want like more comments about MedBay. So again, 3 options down below, below deck. Over here where the reactors are, make a custom little landing pad area, or are we going to tie it into the cargo system right up here? So, all right. So this is Havoc. Have fun. As I run out of energy, I'll run to the Scorpion so we can continue to keep on